underneath the roof of the West Stand on a chilly but currently dry evening in West Yorkshire. Snow has been forecast, but snow has not yet fallen, so the pitch is a bright green as the two teams emerge onto the playing surface now down below us. Leeds United wearing the track tops as they come out. Underneath they'll be all in white, and Millwall, the opponents this evening, are in their change colours of yellow and black. It's the sort of game that Leeds will look at and feel that if they're really to resurrect the challenge in this second half of the season, it's the sort of game that Leeds will need to win. Delighted to say Tony Dorigo's alongside me this evening, and we are looking forward to the resumption of hostilities after what seemed like a long break since QPR.
Yes, it certainly does, and it's been a frustrating 8 or 9 days, hasn't it, since that defeat, because although we played quite well, had a load of chances, we unfortunately succumbed. So this is going to be a tough one tonight. We know Millwall are absolutely flying, and it's a good game at home. Crowd are up for it, the noise is incredible. Let's get it on.
So the Leeds team shows that Alioski comes back into the starting 11. Remember, Calvin Phillips starts a 3-game suspension after his straight red in the game against Queen's Park Rangers. The news on the bench, well, you can see that Poveda, one of the 2 new signings this week, is amongst the potential replacements. Agustin, the Frenchman, is not quite ready yet, but I'll be amazed if he's not involved at the weekend. Also good to see Tyler Roberts as a potential replacement in an attacking sense as well. The Millwall side shows multiple changes from the team that they played in the FA Cup. They lost at home to Sheffield United. One of just 3 defeats that the club has suffered since Gary Rowett took over, and the team that they put out this evening has a much more familiar league look to it. It's pretty much the lineup that won their previous league game by a couple of goals to nil. So changes for Millwall. Leeds United side has the familiar look about it. Some would say that's because those are the standing players available currently, and others would say that's because Marcelo Bielsa, who comes towards the dugout down below us, is a man who clearly knows what he wants in terms of his players. Now, he's added to his squad this week. He's already made it clear that although there are a few days left before the transfer deadline comes up, he won't be adding any further bodies to this squad. So basically what you see now is what you have for the rest of the season. Leeds go into the huddle in their half, and Millwall do the same in their half. And we're interested, intrigued and excited by the arrival of Agustin. We're not going to get that tantalising glimpse this evening, Tony, but it is at least good to see that there's that second option again there in an attacking sense.
Absolutely right. He looks an absolute player. I've watched a bit on YouTube and what have you about him, and I tell you
everyone's been doing that, haven't
well
they?
we have a bit, because we haven't seen a lot of him. He's moved around from club to club. Started at Paris Saint-Germain. Of course they start spending 30-40 million on a striker. He goes to Red Bull Leipzig. Of course they have so many good strikers, Timo Werner being one of them. He can't get a game there, so he goes to Monaco. Goes there, they sign Ben Yedder. He can't get a game there. Now he's finally with us. Hopefully he can get a game and we can see what he's really all about.
So Patrick Bamford will lead the line again for Leeds United this evening, and he will also be the man to get the game underway, as Leeds United will kick off this championship fixture, centenary season. We're heading ever closer to the business end of affairs, and Leeds United are still in a really good position. It's been a tricky run. It's been a very tricky run, but this would appear to be the perfect occasion to bring that run to a conclusion by winning this game against Millwall, with another home game to come at the weekend. Indeed, 4 of the next 6 will be here at Elland Road. Leeds try and get an early ball forward, but it bounces once and bounces behind. The home supporters packing the stadium out as ever, and behind the goal that's currently defended by Bartosz Białkowski, it's the Leeds fans who are making the noise. Białkowski ready to spot the ball up for the goal kick, and a quick chance to check on how everybody lines up. We'd anticipate Ben White would stand in front of the back line. At the moment he's in the midst of it.
No, you're right, he's actually playing
as a central defender.
Shock horror. Could Bielsa throw us a curveball?
So it's Cooper and White alongside him. It's Ayling on this near side and Alioski on the left side. Ayling wins the header for Leeds on this near side, but it goes straight over the touchline, and I think, it's a Leeds throw. Millwall unhappy with a delayed decision from the ref's assistant on this near side touchline, but Leeds United get the throw in, and Luke Ayling already hobbling just a little after maybe landing awkwardly after making that header. throws the ball to Stuart Dallas, and back it goes to White, and then all the way back towards the edge of the penalty area, and Liam Cooper, who drives the ball over to the far side. It's almost short of Alioski, and he struggles to pick that one up, and it's taken off his feet by Jed Wallace over on the right side, and Wallace continues his run to the byline, gets the low cross into the near post. There's a mix-up in there, and the body's in the way of the ball. It comes back out towards Woods on the edge of the box, and his shot is miss-hit, and it goes over the crossbar. But an early moment of panic at the back for Leeds United.
Well, what a great chance it was for Millwall. Actually, Coops at the near post here gets it all wrong, misses it completely. Really fortunate that he's alive and alert to get back to the rebound. Wins the second ball, but Millwall already showing their intent. Jed Wallace on the right-hand side puts in a decent cross, and we get away with it.
I have to emphasise that Millwall very much the form team in the Championship. They're positioned just outside the playoffs currently, but they've made a run from nowhere really since Gary Rowett arrived at the club in October, took over from Neil Harris. Remember, it was Barrett who was in charge for the victory that they recorded against Leeds United at the New Den. But since Gary Rowett's come in, they've really started to climb the table. The away record for Millwall reads 1-3, drawn 7, lost 4, as Leeds give possession away again in a dangerous position. Woods picks up and then moves it quickly over towards the right hand side. Millwall go back into their own half and start to build again. Out on this near side, the ball goes down the channel, left side. And the man who picks the ball back up in that similar position is Jake Cooper, who's carrying the ball forward from the back now. Millwall, and Cooper's found all sorts of space in the penalty area, and he drives a low ball towards the edge of the 6-yard box. And you'd have to say that in these very early minutes, Leeds United are all over the place defensively.
You are absolutely right. Nervy at the back as well. They're trying to play offside when clearly the co-defenders were way behind them. And how Cooper can get up on the left-hand side and fire it in across. Fortunately, Coops this time does the business to clear the danger, but certainly nervous at the back.
And Leeds United have to defend a very early corner kick, and Millwall put players in around Kiko Casilla. Leeds put their own blockers in the similar positions as well, and then there's a gap between that little clutch of players in the 6-yard box and those who are round about the penalty spot. And still, as the referee goes to talk to a couple of players, we await the corner kick being taken in front of the Kop end. It comes in now, swung high to the far post, and the header comes in, and the header is into the back of the net, and that chaos defensively for Leeds results in the opening goal of the game for Millwall. And it was a simple goal when it came. Ball swung up to the far post and it was met, and the header was clean and powerful, and Leeds United inside 4 minutes find themselves a goal behind.
Well, set pieces really have been a problem, and here no one picking him up. Casilla, of course, gets caught and no man's land, and who is picking up? I have to say Sean Hutchinson. Good header, yes, but set pieces again are our undoing. We can't score at one end and we're conceding at the other, and that's a simple tap-in.
Yeah, that was a way too easy goal for Millwall, and Leeds United are right up against it here, and they're not 5 minutes on the clock. So a calamitous opening few minutes for Leeds defensively, and Millwall take full advantage and take the lead. So what can Leeds do by way of response? Coming back from being behind has been a real challenge for Leeds. They have a chance maybe on the right side now. Ayling plays the ball up towards the edge of the penalty area. First chance, first sighter on goal for Alioski, who dips the shot in. Not a million miles over the crossbar. It was dipping, but not quite enough to get underneath the bar and trouble the keeper.
Decent strike though. So he bounced up nicely. Stuart Dallas just gets a touch to it, but it goes into the path of Alioski. And when he does let fly, does well. Foot lower, that was heading into the top corner, but a decent response. But yeah, yet again we're having to respond, aren't we? It's been a poor start at the back. We're giving the ball away. Millwall with that high press, if they've got their goal, they need to get one back now.
So Leeds United already having a lot of work to do in this game, as the ball is up on the halfway line for a Leeds free kick, which they attempt to take quickly. The referee says the ball was rolling, so they have to start again. Matthias Klick a little too keen to get the game restarted there. And the voices you can hear at Elland Road at the moment are those of the travelling Millwall fans down below us, who have seen their side continue the excellent form of late in the very opening stages of this game. Luke Ayling for Leeds. in possession. Goes back into the centre circle to Liam Cooper, and then out wide to Alioski, left side. Then it's Hernandez with a chance maybe to have a bit of a run towards a penalty area. He plays it square for Click now. Click with a chance to shoot. He takes a shot and it just drifts wide. That's good from Leeds United, better from Leeds United. And the ball goes beyond Bialkowski's dive and just wide of the post.
Well, that will certainly get some confidence into the side. Good passing. Eventually they find Hernandez in space. He gives it to Click. I think the ball is going out to Costa. Instead he whips in a shot. Good effort as well. Keeper gets across just about. He might have stopped it, not so sure, but that is better.
So Leeds United trailing already by 1-0, but trying to put pressure on the Millwall goal away to our right-hand side. Win the ball back now with Click to drive on for Leeds through the middle, up towards the edge of the box now. Goes down under the challenge of Woods, but I think it's a clean tackle. And the referee agrees, and Millwall have the ball, well, midway inside their own half, but Leeds have a player still down. Click is still down in the Millwall penalty area. I think it was the follow-up challenge, not the challenge of Woods, that's caught the Leeds player, but Costa in the meantime has it for Leeds, and he drives forward, but he's telegraphed the ball somewhat. Harrison can't get there, and then Costa goes through the man in front of him, and that's a Millwall free kick and further unhappiness for the home supporters.
Well, I'm not sure it was a clean challenge. I thought he cleanly took him out, and that was about it. Here we see as he's running through, did he get a piece of the ball?
You're right.
Actually,
real clear foul.
Wow. No doubt he got actually a piece of the ball, but when you get the man as well, it's dangerous from behind. Normally they're given, and then he gets, you're right, collided with again.
And Click is back on his feet and appears okay. Millwall restart the game with a free kick. Leeds United just a little shell-shocked in the very early stages of this game, having conceded so early. Maybe they were just trying to get themselves set up defensively. They haven't had the opportunity to do that without conceding, as Bamford appeals for a foul that isn't given. Then Costa is penalised for a handball, and the referee is doing little to endear himself to the home supporters in these opening stages. Frustrated enough as it is, having seen the side go behind, and now Millwall have a free kick just inside Leeds territory.
Well, it certainly was a handball. You can see Costa just missing it with his head, couldn't control it. It down with his arm, but you're right, we're at 6s and 7s at the moment, just trying to get over that bad start, trying to work our way into the game.
So Murray Wallace will take the free kick for Millwall. 2 Wallaces in the Millwall side, Jed and Murray, 3 and 7. The ball is played out towards the edge of the penalty area, but then you may hear from the cheers in the background that the referee has awarded Leeds United a free kick, and it's taken back to Kiko Casilla, and then Ben White, and then Ayling on this near side, back to Ben White again. And then Ben White delivers the ball over to the far side touchline to Alioski. Goals have been a real problem for Leeds in recent weeks. Not scored in the last 3 matches. No Leeds player has scored yet in 2020. Tonight has to change. Now it definitely has to change. Costa on this near side, can't control, and the ball rolls off his foot and out over the near side touchline for a Millwall throw in. And even in these very early stages, when Millwall get that throw in opportunity, nobody jogs across, nobody runs across, they walk across.
Absolutely, they're going to take their time as well. They're going to work for set pieces. Already they've taken advantage of one, try and disrupt the pattern and fluidity of the game. Saying that, at the moment it's not fluid for Leeds at all.
So Leeds defending, Cooper with a header, Click with the extravagant touch, and then nutmegs from Helder Costa. Now Hernandez plays the ball into space, but it's into a space that is quickly occupied by Romeo, and the ball is cleared away as far as Alioski. Alioski down the line. Harrison just got his first touch of the night. Now he gives the ball back to Alioski. Good position for Leeds. Head just beyond Costa, comes out to Luke Ayling, and Luke Ayling can't quite control as he was moving towards goal. He couldn't get the ball under control, and Millwall try and break themselves, but Leeds come again. There is some space down that left side, it would appear, as Alioski tries to get into it now. The ball will stay in play. He has the chance to cross. Good ball in towards Bamford, who's coming towards the edge of the 6-yard box near side, and Leeds should get themselves a corner kick. They do get themselves a corner kick, much to the annoyance of the Millwall players, who run towards the referee, arms outspread, and then he changes his mind and he gives a goal kick. Well, who on earth told him that that wasn't a corner kick? Because the linesman is on this near side touchline, and the ball went out on the far side.
It actually was the correct decision. Pearce is the one that gets there. He wins the header, and when he does, it comes off Bamford and goes out. But that was better play. Certainly gone down that left-hand side. Alioski a couple of times, good areas of the pitch. good quality as well.
Leeds having it all to do here at Elland Road. As we check the clock, and it tells us that there are 11 minutes gone, and it's already Leeds United 0, Millwall 1. Matchday live on LUTV, brought to you by Deliveroo Food Freedom. Luke Ayling goes back to Ben White, and Ben White then all the way back to Kiko Casilla, and then Casilla with a short ball out to Liam Cooper, and a little further forward it goes to Ben White, and then Ben White looks up and then looks right to Ayling, and then into the halfway line and Dallas, and then back it goes again to Ben White, and White's looking for help, and he plays the ball down the channel for Bamford, lays it off for Ayling. Ayling's first time ball is inaccurate. It comes back out to Click from a clearance though, and then Click gives Ayling a job to do, but he responds well, and now Click has it back on the right side touch line. Chance to stab the ball right from one side to the other to Alioski in a bit of space to Harrison, right in the edge of the area, plays it into Bamford, straight at the goalkeeper from the penalty spot, Patrick Bamford, and that was a chance.
It's a great chance, comes to Bamford's left foot, it's his favourite as well, and I do think a confident Bamford just tucks that into either corner instead. He does get a good contact on it, but scuffs it into the ground first. Keeper, comfortable save, but Bamford, unfortunately, the barren run is continuing.
So Leeds just beginning to show signs here. They are going to do everything they can to at least get back level, but more than that really is required to regain all that momentum that was built up before Christmas and has been lost since. And if you are looking back to a moment, maybe it was that equalising goal in the Cardiff game when anxiety levels that had disappeared suddenly quickly reappeared. And whether those things are connected to what's happened since, we don't know. That's how people will be reading it. Leeds need to get back into it. Millwall give them a chance to do that in this passage of play by just clearing the ball straight into touch. Hutchinson misplacing the ball. Leeds take the throw in. Back into the Leeds half it goes. And Cooper gives the ball to Ben White. And White out towards Ayling on this near side touchline. Now Hernandez in the Millwall half. Infield to Costa. Lets it run for Ayling. Ayling into a bit of space for Dallas. Dallas trying to play it over the top for Bamford. Almost trying to bend it round the defender for Patrick Bamford's run. But it was too powerful. And it's gone behind for a goal kick.
Well, certainly a good idea. And where the run of Bamford was going. Tried to play that ball but with too much pace. I think what's interesting now, just looking at the Millwall side, they're actually playing with 5 at the back, which normally Gary Rowett does like it, that defensive 4, a solid 4-4-2, but they certainly are playing 5 and then 4 and then probably 1. When they attack, of course, they'll make that 3, but at the moment, trying to get round that 5 is going to be difficult.
That's the challenge that Leeds have to take on, and they have to take it on successfully. Click piling forward for Leeds now, plays a good ball out towards the right hand side, and Hernandez, chance to cross maybe, low ball in towards the penalty spot. Bamford's there again, just can't get it under control, and Millwall rather desperately get it clear. It comes out as far as Liam Cooper. He's played down the touchline, but it's a chance for Millwall as Leeds concede an easy possession there to possibly break. Well, they get it over the halfway line, but they get it no further, and Leeds come back out them with Harrison now in possession over on the far side. Goes inside one challenge, but not the second challenge of Woods, and Millwall take it away from that and into the centre circle, and then Harrison tries to win it back, and then he fails to do so, and then 2 sliding challenges come in, all fair, say the referee, and the Leeds fans enjoyed that. Players piling into challenges to get the ball back. Helder Costa now right through the middle for Leeds, plays Harrison in down the left hand side on the edge of the penalty area. Harrison with a little back heel, lovely ball infield to Costa. Costa holds it up in the penalty area, comes out to the edge of the box, and the chance to come in with a shot from Click, and it's blocked, and Leeds have it again, and the pressure remains on Millwall. You can hear the home supporters roaring on the team to help them push forward. Harrison left side touchline, midway inside Millwall's half, almost gives the ball away, but Leeds win it back through Alioski. Alioski back towards the edge of the centre circle, and the ball is carried forward again by Click. Now Costa lays it off for Hernandez. Hernandez out to this right hand side, and Ayling. First touch is quite heavy, but he gives it back to Hernandez, who chips it up towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Big appeal for a pull on Bamford there, or hands on the shoulder, and nothing given as the ball is cleared out towards the edge of the penalty area. Clicks underneath it. Is he fouled? No, says the referee. Letting a lot go here. Harrison has it for Leeds over on the left hand side. Back it goes to the halfway line. Leeds maintain possession. The noise levels rise as Leeds push Millwall further back. Ayling has the ball for Leeds, and carries it forward now into a gap, into Bamford. Bamford over the top looking for Dallas's run. Dallas gets away. Oh, it's a great shot. And it's a fine response of a save from Bielkowski. Well, surely the goalkeeper pushed that behind. And the referee has given a goal kick. And that had to be a corner kick.
Beautiful play. Bamford plays it back into Stuart Dallas, who then just lets fly. And for me, he certainly gets a touch. You see it better from this angle. Good play, gets in front of the centre half. And that is going in. It's a save. It's an absolute save. Ridiculous from the referee.
Well, he's two poor calls there. Oh, there's a bad reaction from behind Bielkowski's net. And the referee was able to work with somebody to overturn a previous decision. And on this occasion, he knows from the reaction of the fans around the stadium that he's got that one wrong. So Leeds come as close as they have so far this evening through Stuart Dallas's shot. They need to keep going, keep the momentum on, keep the pressure on Millwall. Have a bit of defending to do now. Alioski under a bit of pressure from Jed Wallace over on the right-hand side. Wallace picks the ball up from Alioski's header, but he's content just to slow things down a little bit now and go back into his own half. Millwall get themselves back into shape maybe. Well, they push the ball all the way back to the keeper, who can do nothing but slice it into touch. So Millwall are looking a little rattled here. Had that terrific start to the game. Goal inside 4 minutes. Leeds have responded strongly and come again now from just inside their own half. Home fans already had plenty of reason to feel aggrieved at refereeing decisions. Maybe there was another one there. Ball into the penalty area is cleared away from Bamford, but comes for Costa. Costa just outside the box, infield to Dallas. Dallas chips it up into the area over the head of Alioski. And Millwall have got the bigger men in there, and they get it clear up towards the halfway line. And Liam Cooper for Leeds. Liam Cooper then is keen to set off on a bit of a run forward, takes it inside 2 challenges, and then goes back to the edge of the centre circle. Referee in the way of play, has to step over the ball. And now Dallas rolls it onto Hernandez, who tries to give it back, but he's at a stretch and he can't get it back to Stuart Dallas. And Millwall look like they just want to slow things right down here, so they come back to their own penalty area and out towards this near side and Jake Cooper, and then Cooper further wide to Murray Wallace, but it's a poor ball. Dallas picks it up for Leeds. He's a long way out, tries to drive straight at the keeper, who pushes it up in the air and forces it away from goal, and it just about stays in play. And then Leeds try and win it back, but Millwall have cleared, only at the cost of a throw-in though, so the pressure remains on the away side.
Great pressure. Take a breather, Britain, because I tell you what, this is end-to-end stuff. It is a heck of a response, it really is. Now a corner kick.
And Leeds have a corner. You can hear that the home fans have responded, as the team have responded to going behind here.
Here's Stuart Dallas, half volley, it's a great strike. The keeper just had to get something behind it.
Now, corner kicks, they have not been a strong point for Leeds so far this season. Pablo Hernandez on duties, goes with the shorter ball, comes out to the penalty area to Helder Costa, and then he's played it short though, and he's given Leeds a problem here because it was an easy header clear. Now Millwall have the opportunity perhaps to break out as Wallace crosses the halfway line over on the right hand side, still going. Jed Wallace plays the ball infield, extravagant dive from Bradshaw, and the referee reads it as a free kick. And Leeds United all of a sudden have a bit of defending to do.
Well, that's our corner kick. Is the problem again. It's just awful. Unfortunately, Costa hit the first man, counter-attack. We end up giving a free kick away. And this is what we certainly don't want to be doing. Millwall have played for this, for set pieces, free kicks, throw-ins, corner kicks. In these sorts of areas, they'll take their time. They've got 3 huge centre-halves. They're going to push them up inside the box as well. Delivery here, no doubt, will be important for Millwall. We have to defend it well, nice and strong.
20 minutes gone. Leeds United 0, Millwall 1. Millwall free kick. It's easily reachable in terms of a cross from outside the penalty area. Too far out surely for a shot. And the man standing over the ball at the moment is Jed Wallace. 2-man Leeds wall lined up the required distance as Wallace curls the ball into the penalty area now. Alioski with a good cushioned header to get the ball up towards the edge of the box where Woods picks it up. And it goes out of play, does it? No, it doesn't, the assistant says on this near side. Big shake of the head. And the ball into the penalty area. And the referee's given a penalty to Millwall for a challenge by Alioski. And a bad evening's getting worse for Leeds United here. First the call on the near side that the ball hadn't gone over the line. And then the call that gives Millwall a penalty. And it's really going wrong.
Well, No doubt the referee's assistant looked down the line, the ball seemingly didn't go out, but here, when you're going to have two players attempting to get the ball, you've got to get a piece of it. Very difficult to tell, was the whole ball out? Probably not, but still, play on. Bodvarsson goes into the box. Alioski and Ayling, I have to say, that is awful.
Tossa who made the foul challenge, isn't it?
It's just awful.
So this is a big moment for Leeds United. And I suppose Millwall would argue it's a big moment for them as well. Jed Wallace, Millwall conceded, and Millwall rather had a penalty against Leeds in controversial circumstances in the game at the New Den. And Wallace scored that penalty, and he has the chance to do the same again here this evening at Elland Road. The referee, far from the most popular man in Elland Road, awaits and will shortly give the signal. Wallace against Kiko Casilla. Wallace steps up and he drives it low and successfully into the far corner of the net, and it's Leeds United 0, Millwall 2, and this is turning into a tough evening.
Well, it certainly is. It's a very good penalty from Jed Wallace. Plenty of pressure as well. And he steps up and just slams it into the bottom corner. And Leeds now really have got themselves into a big hole. Hard and low. Goes actually underneath Kiko. He dives above it. Because of the pace that's on the ball, it ends up in the back of the net. But defensively, you have to say, that's where Leeds really have struggled tonight. We talk about their attacking prowess and missing chances. Well, we've had one half chance, however, got to defend better. That's now, as it last 7 games, 13 goals. It's nearly 2 a game. That's not good enough.
For a side that couldn't concede a goal for a long stretch before Christmas, and now they're going in far too easily. And the game has not resumed yet. There's a fractious atmosphere inside Elland Road just at the moment. Home fans unhappy, not necessarily demonstrating their unhappiness in the right manner, but maybe unhappy at the celebrations that Millwall carried out in front of the Kop end after that second goal. But they've played themselves, even inside 25 minutes here, into a really good position, accentuated by the fact that Leeds have found it so hard to score goals recently. And now not only do they need 1, they need 2, and they need 3 really, because it's wins that Leeds are all about at this stage, as the chasing pack seeks to completely close the gap. And Millwall are one of those who very much are in that chasing pack, just 2 points out the playoffs at the start of the evening on this fantastic run that they already seem to have a great chance of extending. Leeds have got to keep their heads whilst all around are losing theirs. Throw into Leeds United on this near side. Ayling goes back to Kiko Casilla. And Kiko Casilla with a short ball out to Liam Cooper. You just begin to wonder now whether Marcelo Bielsa would begin to think about, even at this very early stage, doing something different. White with the ball out towards his right hand side, and Costa keeps the ball in play and gives it back to Ayling. Ayling looks for a cross, but it's not available to him at the moment. Gives it short to Click instead. Click infield to Costa. Costa with a little roll through his own legs, looking for Hernandez. Not cleared successfully. Bamford's underneath it in the penalty area, trying to find a bit of space to get away from the defender. Couldn't quite manage that though, and it was a successful challenge from Pearce, the Millwall skipper, that got the ball out of play on this near side. Ayling gets it back from Costa into Click, and then he gives the ball away to Woods. Leeds win it back on the edge of the penalty area. Ref looks at it, plays an advantage. Is there any advantage for Leeds? Well, they're playing on with Alioski on the far side as it comes back towards the penalty spot, where it's headed clear as far as Click, and then Dallas slips, and then Hernandez picks it up on this near side. That was not a good call from the referee, would be my suggestion there, because the advantage didn't look on. He didn't give Leeds a free kick when the attack broke down.
You're absolutely right, and of course the area of the pitch where we would have got that free kick is a dangerous one. He gets a booking.
Well, that's the atonement for not giving the free kick, isn't it? The yellow card for Woods.
Yeah, finally, referee Darren England remembers there's 2 sides out there as well. It's not even the best of nights.
It was a late one on Hernandez from Woods. The play continued. I think Leeds would have preferred the free kick to the yellow card, because it was just outside the penalty area. They didn't get that, they got the latter. The ball is back in the Leeds half. Well, it can only go one way at this stage. It's got to go forward. But then I suppose, and we've already seen evidence of it, that leaves Leeds exposed potentially defensively. Ball over the top doesn't arrive at Bamford. Ayling comes in instead. He's running parallel with the edge of the Millwall penalty area. He goes wide to Alioski. Alioski with a chance to cross. Dips the ball in. Bamford's there with a downward header. And it comes off the defender, goes behind, and Leeds United get a corner kick. Big shout for handball from the fans behind the goal. But nothing doing for Leeds other than that corner.
It's actually a brilliant ball into Bamford as well. He really should be trying to go for goal. Instead, he just heads it down into the defender. He appeals for a handball. No doubt it hit him on the chest, possibly then hit the hand, but not much the defender could have done. However, should have gone for goal.
Hernandez corner kick goes towards the edge of the box. Header goalwards is straight into the hands of the goalkeeper from Liam Cooper. And Liam Cooper found great space on the penalty spot there, but the header went straight into the arms of Bielkowski.
Good quality. And he finds himself in acres of space, and at the other end, the Millwall player Cooper, he tucks it away. Sorry, Hutchinson tucked it away. Unfortunately, Coops couldn't quite do the same. I mean, you talk about making changes at this point. I actually think going forward, we've got the better of them. We've got plenty of dominance in that midfield area. Millwall are playing with 3 centre halves and marking Bamford, which means we are going to outnumber them in midfield. I don't think that's the issue. The issue is when we actually defend. That's where the problem is.
So attack being the best form of defence maybe for Leeds from here on in, because there's such an awful lot to do. Leeds United 0, Millwall 2, 28 minutes gone in this first period. As Alioski makes progress for Leeds. Dallas goes back over on the left side, midway inside the Millwall half. Now Alioski goes wide to the far touchline. It comes back out for Click on the byline. Click rolls the ball back in invitingly into the penalty area. Dallas can't quite keep it in play. Wood's got an important intervention there, sliding in on the Leeds player, and it goes behind for a goal kick.
Well, that was unfortunate. It really was good play again, but I think the positive thing is Leeds are now passing the ball around very well, using that dominance well, getting wide down the flanks, just trying to find that final ball. Of course, that's what we're after. Delivery has been decent, just need to finish it.
Goalkeeper takes a small age over the goal kick. Finally, it's played up towards the halfway line, over the halfway line indeed, beyond the head of Ayling. Picked up by Bradshaw, loses out to White. Now Hernandez back into busy place in the pitch to Click. Keeper with a bit more time and space on the edge of the centre circle. Now Click, Bradshaw tracks him. As Click goes wide to the left side and Alioski. See quite a lot of the ball out there. Harrison not quite so much. But the ball is over that far side touchline for a Leeds throw-in. Alioski takes it. And he goes back into his own half to Liam Cooper. Cooper up towards the edge of the centre circle and Ben White. And Ben White into Hernandez. His first touch takes the ball to Dallas. He gets the ball back off Dallas. And he goes wide towards the far side touchline and Alioski. And Alioski controls and then knocks the ball back to Click, and then Click to Hernandez. And then Hernandez out towards this near side where he's picked out Ayling with a great ball. Ayling brings it under control, tries to make a run towards goal, but his route is blocked by 2 yellow shirts. So he takes it out the penalty area to Hernandez, who turns past one player and a second player into the penalty area, tries to stab a shot goalwards, but it was a hard job from the angle he was at, and the ball rises and goes over the crossbar.
Well, that's unfortunate. Good play from Hernandez, actually from Ayling as well. Bodvarsson defended well, but there Pablo just trying to wrap his foot around, couldn't quite do it.
Again, you see the goal kick, the goalkeeper just more intent to make sure that the ball is properly spotted in an area that completely suits him and satisfies him. And he brings a player, calls a player towards him, and then he waves a player away from him. And frustration levels around Elland Road are audible as the ball comes over the near side touchline off the back of Murray Wallace. Leeds throw in, and Ayling on the halfway line will take it. Marcelo Bielsa goes for a word with the 4th official. No translator required, I suspect. And the ball comes all the way up towards the edge of the Leeds penalty area, and Kiko Casilla. And then Casilla out to White, and White to Click, and back to White again. And he comes out towards this near side touchline, and Luke Ayling. It's been a frenzied opening half hour to this game, but it's not been good news for Leeds United. Having conceded not once but twice in the opening stages of this game. White on the halfway line. Goes back to Cooper. Millwall now just content to do their work those classic two banks, the two lines defensively and in cross midfield.
It's 5-4-1 as well. That's the problem. They put another man back deep. Plenty of bodies around for Millwall.
A lot of work for Leeds to do to try and get through, to break through that wall, the yellow wall. And Millwall have possession in their own half. There was a late chance by Click there. Unnecessarily, because I think Wallace had played the ball, Jed Wallace had played the ball into touch anyway. And Click just carried on and just barged through the back of him. And Millwall, as a result, get a free kick and the game slows right down again.
They'll certainly take their time. It was a foul, and you're quite right though. The players now just have to keep calm, keep passing. You get one goal back, momentum can very quickly change your way, but what of course they cannot do is concede again.
So Millwall still to take the free kick. Now it is finally played forward by Jake Cooper, up and over anybody in a white or yellow shirt, and the man in the orange shirt, Kiko Casilla, stretches and catches the ball first bounce in the penalty area, throws it out wide to Alioski in the bright boots over on the far touchline, back towards the edge of the penalty area, and Casilla gets the ball back on the edge of the 6-yard box and then plays it off the ground forward over the head of Dallas, and Leeds suddenly might have to defend again here. As Millwall play a ball over the top out towards the right hand side. I think it's going to carry just too far, and Leeds are happy to see that ball bounce beyond Marlon Romeo there and go behind for a goal kick.
So the Millwall system is very clever as well, because they're trying to block certainly the wide parts of the pitch. Although Leeds still are finding space down there, but it's goals we need now, not just space.
So Ayling on this near side, looking for movement, but is nothing available. Bodvarsson's blocked off all options, so he has to go backwards, forward options at least. Now Cooper strides forward over the halfway line, just clips the ball onto Jack Harrison. It'll be a difficult one for Harrison, too difficult as it turns out. He got a touch to it, but couldn't take the momentum out of the ball, and it carries off his foot and goes behind for a goal kick.
The referee now just telling Białkowski in the goal to hurry it up slightly. He clearly ignores him and he's taking his time.
Well, at some point that will probably produce a yellow card, one would imagine, but that isn't the point that we're at just yet. And Białkowski now does play the ball right-footed, swings it out towards his near side touchline. Ayling with a header for Leeds, beats Bodvarsson in the air. Free kick to Leeds in the centre circle. Every award that goes Leeds' way is greeted with an ironic cheer at the moment. The Leeds fans feeling they've been hard done to. I don't think there's an argument with a penalty kick, to be honest, and I don't think the ball had gone over the touchline either, if I'm honest. We are over that touchline, near side, and we have had the benefit of a replay or two, but it's just that sort of evening or it's just that sort of run indeed, not just an evening, it's a spell for Leeds where there's a sense that everything that could go wrong is going wrong. Leeds trying to get the ball forward now. Well, Ayling, I thought he kept the ball in play there, but the assistant on the near side disagrees, and Ayling appeals for a corner kick. And Murray Wallace was the man who was in his way, and still Ayling has a long conversation with the assistant near side.
Well, he's trying to keep it in. Wallace, of course, is trying to keep him away, but I think it already just about gone out. But the problem now, I'm just seeing that the players just getting exasperated, with absolutely everything. The amount of mental energy they're now expending is a real problem. Trying to keep calm, I know, is difficult in these situations, but that's exactly what's required.
Just signs of it maybe at times in the latter stages at QPR as well. That frustration, as Bamford actually shows a perfect example of it there, as a free kick's awarded against Leeds, and he then half volleys the ball miles forward, when what Leeds want is the game to be back and started as quickly as possible, but the ball has to be retrieved before Millwall will take this free kick.
Unfortunately with that, the referee's whistle was, I suppose, close enough to Bamford volleying it not to warrant a yellow card, but you're right, it's that sort of evening, unfortunately. Keep calm, that's what the boys need to do.
So Millwall free kick on the halfway line, over in front of the east stand, swung up towards, not far away from the edge of the penalty area, headed further on towards the edge of the penalty area. Click with the header for Leeds, backwards. Bodies around the ball from both teams, and then a ball played down the channel, far side for Romeo, whose first touch is heavy, and Leeds have real cause to be grateful for that. And there's a real quick, clever throw out from Kiko Casilla to Jack Harrison, who can really set off on a run forward for Leeds now. Plays the ball up to the edge of the centre circle, and Pablo Hernandez out towards this near side, and Luke Ayling further down the line to Helder Costa. Helder Costa tries to take on the defender on this near side, who's strong and keeps Costa away from the forward run. He comes back for Ayling. Now Harrison in the centre, and it's laid off by Hernandez to Costa. Intricate play from Leeds. They need to find the opening though. Go wide to the left side, and Dallas with a low ball in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Cleared away from there by Hutchinson. Comes out as far as Cooper. Cooper does well to control and knock the ball into the path of Alioski. And now Dallas, and then as Leeds, Harrison goes down the edge of the box, but that's away from the play. Click has it on this near side, and he gives it to Luke Ayling, and Luke Ayling is just outside the penalty area. He delivers the cross into the box now, and they're inviting for the tall figures in there, and really Leeds don't have anybody to compete in the aerial sense with them. Harrison has the ball over on the far side touchline. Good back heel from Harrison to Dallas. Dallas now helps it on towards the far side, and there's a challenge right on the edge of the penalty area that Leeds appeal for a free kick. Referee, I guess par for the course, suggests that there's nothing more than a goal kick to award there. 37 minutes gone. Leeds 0, Millwall 2.
It's frustrating. Click's gone down, but I think you're quite right with three centre halves and Pearce, Hutchinson and Cooper. I mean, they're big lads, they're enormous, so trying to just put that ball in the air, they need something a bit more. Leeds, that slide rule pass. Of course, we have got one new signing on the bench, Ian Poveda, who I have to say is exactly what he could provide at some point. Let's see.
Well, you'd say at this stage it's probably not too long before we're going to see him, because Leeds will need something different from an attacking sense. If this is the scoreline at half-time, massively so. Costa trying to provide something now. Hernandez out wide, but it's not the best ball for Harrison. It's an easy cut out for Romeo, and it goes back to Bialkowski, and he plays it long forward towards the halfway line. Now Woods has it, and Woods plays a short ball, and it goes out towards Romeo on the far side, and he loses possession to Jack Harrison. Harrison trying to make progress down the far side touchline, infield to Hernandez, continues his forward run, but Hernandez holds the play up, waits for support to arrive from Dallas, and then Dallas with a square ball to Alioski, and then Click is standing just away from Alioski, gives it back to Alioski, gets it back from Alioski. Click with the ball into the penalty area, goes wide to the far side. Harrison arrives late, just lifts it up, he's lifted it behind, it's gone onto the roof of the net from Jack Harrison. And Leeds just can't, they can't make the chance.
Well,
maybe,
confidence. I mean, you're looking there. They could have had a shot. Instead, they passed that extra pass. Eventually, when it goes to Jack Harrison, you just want him to be confident and knock it back across the goal. Instead, he just balloons it out. They're finding it difficult. You've got to take responsibility sometimes in those areas and try and do the right thing. There, I just thought we kept trying to pass the buck.
Well, both Alioski and Click maybe had an opening, a chance of a shot.
Absolutely.
On goal. And instead, they played it between each other and then took another option. Between it all, it went awry. Leeds had the ball on the halfway line with Helder Costa. Helder Costa behind, that's a handball, surely, yes. This time Jed Wallace is adjudged to have handled. Leeds do have the free kick. And then Dallas and Wallace are involved in a little bit of a coming together in the aftermath.
Argy-bargy, certainly was handball. Only one this time.
Yeah. Well, that's it, isn't it? That's the story of recent times. Hernandez for Leeds gets the short free kick back, comes out towards this near side, and Luke Ayling back to Hernandez into a, Click couldn't control. It was hitting quite hard from Pablo Hernandez there, and it's come all the way back into the Leeds half to Liam Cooper. It's going to be another one of those games where the possession stats are massively in favour of Leeds, but the huge glaring statistic that could be staring the side in the face at half time is that scoreboard statistic that reads Leeds 0, Millwall 2. Patrick Bamford back into his own half to Ben White, and Ben White thinks about coming out to the near side and Ayling, and thinks again and goes to Cooper, and Cooper has a difficult pass for Alioski, does well just to keep it in play. Now Cooper has another go over the top looking for Costa, who's gone onto the left hand side now. Harrison's come infield a little, but Millwall have enough bodies there to tidy that one up and get it up towards the halfway line, and Bradshaw back midway inside his own half, ball over the top, and the run has been made on this near side, and Ayling's got to get in quickly to block Bodvarsson, and luckily Luke Ayling manages to do just that, because it looked like a hoped-for ball, but it almost turned into something far better. Leeds come again with Pablo Hernandez, edge of the centre circle, over the halfway line, out towards the right-hand side, and Luke Ayling. Ayling holds it up into Bamford. Bamford out to the near side, and Click straight at the marking player in front of him. Jake Cooper. Leeds have a throw in, and it goes back to Luke Ayling, and Leeds are keeping the ball in the Millwall half for long periods, but really finding it hard to create anything. Is this a chance? Costa now from Ben White's ball. Well, handball's given against Helder Costa, just stretched out an arm, that one, as the ball was inches too far away from his chest, and ref's assistant near side certainly spotted that one, flagged for it, and play will actually continue with the ball in the hands of the goalkeeper, who delivers a drop kick over the halfway line. Out it comes this near side, and Bodvarsson scoring the last league game. Infield to Tom Bradshaw, Welsh international. Poor ball from Bradshaw, and Romeo is going to chase it gamely, but he's not going to get anywhere near it, and Leeds have the goal kick, and we have 3.5 minutes left of normal time in this first half.
Well, certainly going forward, Millwall are struggling to string too many passes together. However, they're more certainly worried about getting back into their defensive position, making it difficult for Leeds. Of course, with that 2-0 lead, all they need to do is just go on the break every now and then, make themselves dangerous. For Leeds, though, the conundrum is the same, isn't it? Plenty of possession, a lot of bodies in front. How do we break them down? Let's see.
Costa, as the volume just dips a little. Fans are hoping to see something at the moment, but maybe the expectations dipped a little. Leeds finding it so difficult to create chances, well, not to create chances. In weeks gone by, Leeds finding it so difficult to convert chances, and there have been a couple in this game. Stuart Dallas had one that was saved, although the ref didn't see it that way. And Patrick Bamford had a good chance as well, it was also saved. Leeds come again now with Click. Costa waits wide right, gives the ball back in field to Hernandez. When he looks up, he can just see yellow shirts, but he may have threaded the ball through for Costa. The final touch comes off the Millwall man, and Leeds do have the corner kick. Maybe for the first time this evening they've got a little bit of luck there, because it looked to me like the final touch was off Costa. But
he was trying to go in behind. Todd Wallace appeals, but it's gone our way. Now, last corner kick was a decent one. Cooper got on the end of it. Let's see.
Very short corner to Click, now to Costa outside the box. Well, he tries the drive, and it's taken a deflection. It's gone behind, but it wasn't an entirely convincing shot from Helder Costa. It seemed to come off the outstep of the left foot, so maybe the corner kick's the best that Leeds could have hoped for from that position.
It's the same corner kick routine from before. This time Costa's gone for the shot rather than the cross.
And now another corner kick routine sees the ball go far side, over the head of everybody in the Leeds shirt, and Millwall will break as a result. Carrying the ball forward at real pace is Wallace. Leeds getting men back to try and surround him now, and Wallace runs the ball a long way up into the Leeds half and then stops and retreats, and Millwall realise they don't need to be too ambitious at this stage. They'll be more than happy to get in at half-time with the scoreline looking like it is currently, and so they hold the ball on the halfway line now and move it forward to Bradshaw, and then back into their own half it comes, and it may go all the way back to the goalkeeper yet from a position over on the far side touchline. That route is closed. Harrison comes in on Romeo. Romeo with a final touch apparently off Harrison, and Millwall have the throw in, and we have less than 60 seconds left of normal time in this first period. Leeds United 0, Millwall 2. Early header from a corner kick and a penalty kick that give Leeds a massive job here, much as they had at the New Den. Leeds have a decent record at home against Millwall, won 6 out of the last 7, but they always feel like a bogey team. Maybe that's recent history with playoff defeats and the like, and the New Den is not a happy hunting ground traditionally for Leeds. So this one is not going Leeds United's way by any stretch of the imagination. We have 2 added minutes in this first period about to commence in the next 10 seconds or so. 2 more minutes for Leeds to give themselves a foothold in this game, a platform from which to play in the second half. The board goes up now. Ayling has it just inside the Millwall half. Short ball to Dallas. Millwall are working hard to close the spaces down, so Leeds have to come back into their own half to start again. Ben White carries it and plays the ball over the top for a run from Bamford up towards the edge of the box, forced out towards the corner flag near side. Patrick Bamford gets help from Ayling. Ayling though has run the ball into touch, and again frustrated kick away of the ball from Luke Ayling after that ball had gone over the touchline. And Millwall in absolutely zero hurry to take the throw in that results. In fact, everybody walks away from the ball.
Players are walking away, and they're just going to make sure they get at half-time with their 2-goal lead. If we can nick one before half-time, great, but otherwise Marcelo Bielsa's, I think, has got a big 15 minutes to really get in the heads of these boys and and get them back out there, because they're playing some decent stuff. They haven't been able to find that finish, but 2-0 down. Well, they're going to test their mettle again.
Alioski knocks the ball into touch near side, and Millwall look like they've done enough in this first period to get themselves to the break with a clean sheet and a massive chance to make further upward progress in the Championship table, and at the same time drag Leeds United just a little bit back closer to the pack that's been chasing them for several weeks now. Leeds have stuttered, West Brom have stuttered, but others behind have stuttered to an extent as well. But another defeat for Leeds is not what is required at this stage. Got to get the run going again. Another home game to come at the weekend. And Millwall have a free kick as we are entering the very final stages of added time in the first half. And the ball is swung up towards and into the penalty area, and it bounces behind, and that's the last action of a really poor first half for Leeds. They've worked hard, they've pushed hard, but defensively they've conceded 2 poor goals. But Leeds have got so much to do in this second half to give themselves a chance of getting anything from this game. 2-0 down as we are ready to resume, and Millwall it is in the yellow shirts and black shorts that get the second half underway. And it's Leeds United kicking towards the Kop end in this second period. Leeds fans have got to do their bit to try and lift the side and help them roar them on. First goal absolutely crucial as Ben White plays the ball out to the far side, and Luke Ayling. Any sort of goal required for Leeds at this stage. The last one was an own goal at West Bromwich Albion. Seems such a long time ago. Ball out over on the far side touchline, New Year's Day, as we head towards February this weekend. And Cooper for Leeds goes back to Ben White, and Ben White out towards the far side, and then it comes to Dallas, and Dallas pushes the ball down the far side touchline looking for the run of Costa, but it's easy for the fullback Wallace, and it comes back up towards Bodvarsson on the halfway line. Leeds get the throw-in decision. Every decision that goes Leeds' way, as West Brom apparently go behind. So both Leeds and West Brom at the moment are being dragged right back into the chasing pack, like wolves on the heels here. And Leeds United struggling every bit as much as the side who are just above them in the table. Leeds coming again with Bamford on the right-hand side, but he's outside the penalty area. Leeds get a corner kick surely from this. Oh no, they don't. The final touch apparently off Patrick Bamford. He looked long and hard at the assistant far side. Well, got nothing.
And deserved nothing, because it certainly was his last touch, just trying to take him on. Everyone else around, you can then tell the players just turning around and going backwards, but we need more. And I think you're right, we need that first goal. Then see what happens. Get that first goal and then put pressure on Millwall. But at the moment, it seems a long way away. And when you mention that stat about we haven't scored since West Brom, that's a shocker, isn't it, really?
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? It's the it's not lack of possession, it's not lack of corner kicks,
not lack of chances.
It's not lack of chances. It's not lack of any sort of effort. It's a stark statistic that says it's a lack of goals. Hence the signings this week. And they have to make a difference at the moment, because that is what is required, very much so. Leeds have a corner kick over on the far side. Helder Costa got beyond the last man briefly. Challenge was made successfully on him, took the ball over the byline. Hernandez has gone across to take it. Now, can we see a Leeds central defender plant ahead on this one? In towards a near post, it comes out. Oh, it's a great, it's in! Leeds have scored, tapped in on the goal line by Patrick Bamford. Harrison with the first touch, Bamford followed in, and Leeds United are back in this game. 1-2.
Exactly what was required. And there's a corner kick. I can hardly believe it myself. I don't care how they go in, but at last we get our bit of luck from a corner kick. It was Ayling that went for it. This time the Millwall players, they all missed it, and eventually when it comes back out after Harrison's effort, Bamford, he turns round and follows the play back in. No defender does. He's the one alive and alert, and he tucks it away. Even I could have scored from there, and you, Bryn.
Left foot though, wasn't it? I'm all right. Foot, that is. But here's Romeo coming quickly at the other end for Millwall, drives the ball in. Well, he did well to get past a couple of challenges there. Kiko Casilla dropped on the shot, wasn't the hardest struck in the end. Just a little warning again to Leeds United, but now there's something to go at, just like the game at the New Den when Alioski got Leeds back into it very early on in the second half after they'd gone in at half-time 2-0 down. Well, Leeds couldn't complete the job, but they had a man less that day. They've got the full quota at the moment here today as Bamford, not a great ball to Click. Maybe just a couple of minutes here to reflect and reset and recalibrate and make sure that the side does everything, that the players do everything they can. The scarves are up, the fans are doing their bit, the scarves are up above the heads all around Elland Road. Listen to the difference in volume levels now. That's what it takes, that's all it takes. Bamford, the man almost right on the goal line as the ball came off a really good stop from the goalkeeper, but Bamford was tucked in nice, had a long look towards the linesman after he knocked it in, fearing an offside flag, and Millwall appealed for it. Nothing came. 1-2. Millwall attacking though. Wallace just outside the penalty area. Poor shot from Wallace. You'll hear the reaction of the home supporters as it flies high over the crossbar. Kiko Casilla goes back quickly to pick the ball up. Millwall maybe just intent on pushing a little further forward now than they had in the latter stages of the first half. You see the two attacking players on the edge on either side of the penalty, and Wallace, as the ball's played past him, I think just says, well, what am I doing here? That was a waste of time.
And the rest of his teammates didn't get the memo.
And Hernandez has it on the halfway line for Leeds. He spreads the ball out wide. It should be intercepted by Wallace. It is. Murray Wallace, that is. And now Click picks it up from the clearance for Leeds United. And Click goes wide to the right-hand side and gets the ball back from Luke Ayling. A goal from a corner kick. Things are looking up. Alioski down this left-hand side for Leeds United. Needs a bit of support. Gets it from Stuart Dallas. Dallas is pursued by Hutchinson. Gives the ball to Hernandez. Hernandez tries to get past Hutchinson. Showed too much of that to the player, but Millwall give it away to Click right through the middle. Now Bamford just outside the penalty area. Back to goal though. Tries to make room for a shot and it comes off a Millwall player. Just a little bit of impetus went out of that as he tried to spin it, but Costa has it far side. Costa with the ball back in, comes back in for Bamford, and it comes back out again for Harrison, hooks it in, keeper pushes it over the crossbar. Hernandez it was with a shot ultimately. Much better from Leeds United.
Absolutely, Leeds on the front foot now, and Costa on that right hand side pulls it back for Bamford. Defender just gets in the way, but then Hernandez controls that volley. Would have been going just underneath the bar. Good save.
So Leeds have another corner kick over on that same side. Pablo Hernandez has gone across to take it. In it comes towards the near post. Heads comes out towards the edge of the penalty area. Cleared away from the penalty area indeed. All the way out to Stuart Dallas. Dallas out towards the right-hand touchline and held Acosta. Down the line it goes to Hernandez. Ball comes back off a defender into Hernandez's path and then to Costa again. Costa trying to make ground down the right-hand side towards the corner flag. Still with Wallace, tight to him, still good control from Costa. Gives the ball back then to Ayling on the right-hand side. Ayling trying to tee up the cross, in the box it comes now, and there's Alioski! And Alioski was waiting, he got away from the final defender at the back post, and the ball just spun away from him and went behind for a goal kick.
If he just commits to that run, if he carries on, I think he just gets a tap in. No doubt he thought the keeper was coming out, the keeper thought that Alioski was getting there. Good ball in from Ayling on that left foot.
Marching on together, rings around Elland Road all of a sudden as Wielkowski takes his time over the goal kick, not for the first time this evening, and the ball goes long, deep into the Leeds half, down by the corner flag indeed. Casilla gets the pass back from that position and just lofts the ball out the penalty area. Hernandez over on the far side touchline with a little back heel, but that's straight into the path of Woods, who goes past one and then two challenges before Dallas steps in, and then the referee calls play back for a foul on Woods. So gave the advantage and then changed his mind, and Millwall have a free kick just outside the centre circle in the Leeds half.
Well, it's important that actually Dallas got in there and intercepted. Yes, the free kick came back, but Millwall were clear on this right-hand side.
53 minutes gone. It's Leeds United 1, Millwall 2. Leeds defending a free kick successfully from Bamford's header clear from the edge of the box. Matchday Live on LUTV, brought to you by Deliveroo Food Freedom. Millwall playing in the Leeds half with Wallace in possession. Goes past one challenge of Harrison, and then square ball into, but good ball into Bradshaw. Turns goalwards, and it's gone right across the face of goal. And it just took a touch off somebody there and spun away almost on the goal line and goes behind from Millwall corner.
Well, that's a heck of an effort. And Wallace actually gets the ball through to Bradshaw. What about this first touch? Then just hits it. Casilla, I think, makes the save. I think that's an excellent stop. It goes through the legs of the defender as well. Always really difficult for a defender once he tries to make the challenge. It's Ben White, and Casilla makes a brilliant stop, hard down low to his right.
With Cooper lurking at the far post as well for what would have been the easiest tap-in, even easier than Bamford's. But Millwall still have a corner kick. Leeds still have defending to do. Casilla is surrounded by yellow shirts.
And that's what they're on about to the referee, because they just want to get men in the way to block Casilla's run.
And the referee steps in, intervenes, and holds the play up. And then there's an object that is being shown in his direction by Wallace, which the referee puts in his pocket. And Wallace goes back over to that far corner in front of the cheese wedge. And he now prepares finally, belatedly, to take the corner kick. In it comes, swung in, right under the crossbar, and Casilla, I don't think he got a touch, did he? It swung so much ultimately, it went over the crossbar. You know every side is going to do these corners, don't you, against Leeds?
Absolutely, put them underneath the crossbar, that's what you do, but especially with the height that they've got. Fortunately this time it was just the wrong side of it.
So Leeds need to get going on the front foot again, having had a little period of defensive work to do there, and just about getting away with it as well, by the way. Hernandez. Now it comes to Costa. Costa brings the ball in field. He's midway inside the Millwall half, but now Leeds, it's not the best ball from Costa. He sent Cooper scurrying back to retrieve possession in his own half, and all the momentum from that attack has been lost. White lets the ball run under his foot, and that gives Bradshaw a chance to step in. This is where Leeds need to stay focused, stay concentrating, and work to get Millwall back into their own half and back pending around their own penalty area where they were for the opening stage of this second period. White gives the ball away with a long diagonal. Harrison fouls Romeo, and that's an obvious foul right in front of the referee. And it's a sloppy few minutes again for Leeds United.
It certainly is, and once they've got themselves back in to the game, Millwall since have had a really good chance themselves, and now just giving the ball away. Ben White very uncharacteristically trying to rake that ball 70 yards straight to Millwall player.
Leeds win it back over on the far side with Luke Ayling and now Helder Costa. And now in the centre circle, Stuart Dallas. And now Matthias Klick. Klick finds a bit of space, gives a good ball to Alioski. Alioski left-hand side, moving up towards the penalty box, swings the ball in. Header goal! It's just wide from Bamford's header. And he makes an appeal for a corner kick, but nothing doing for the lead striker there, but not too far away from the opening goal from a fine cross from Gianni Alioski.
It's a great ball, and then Bamford does really well to get just in front of his marker as well. Does everything right, apart from, of course, hitting the target. So close.
Where we're watching from, it looked actually closer maybe even than it was there, with the keeper rooted to the line. And Bamford met the header well enough, but it just swung away from goal at the crucial moment. Leeds have the ball, well, almost have the ball. Yes, they do have the ball now with Harrison. Controls and now carries and plays it quickly onto Bamford. It might come back for Harrison. Was a good challenge made in a dangerous position, but Leeds win it back through Klick. Klick gets past Woods, who wrestles in to try and keep him away from the ball. I think another advantage played here. Hernandez, edge of the penalty area for Leeds. Chips the ball up towards a far post, and it comes in. It's stopped on the goal line and then cleared off the goal line. And Harrison arriving at the far post was within a whisker of getting Leeds level there, but now they have to defend at the other end, and they should have done that successfully with Klick, of all people, back to head into the hands of Casilla. Leeds so close. Come again on the right hand side. Hernandez, down the line it goes. This game is wide open at the moment as the ball is played straight to Hernandez, and he has a chance to cross maybe for Leeds United now. It's not a lot on for him at the moment, and it's a pass beyond Bamford, and there's a frustrated cry from the Leeds fans that Klick gets in to win the second ball. Then it's up in the centre circle. Cooper with a towering header down. Romeo picks it up for Millwall on this near side. He's forced to turn back towards his own goal by the presence of first Dallas and then Harrison, but he does well and he's calm in possession. And now Millwall have it on this near side with Molumby and then it goes infield to Woods, distinctive ginger-haired figure on loan from Stoke, and then it goes out wide further to the left back position over on the far side in front of the east stand. The Leeds win the throw in. No, they don't win the throw in. Final touch apparently off Helder Costa. Not happy with the decision. Millwall take it and throw it down the line because they saw Ayling out of position, but Ben White has come across to cover.
There's the opportunity earlier. Harrison just tries to put it back to where the goalkeeper just came from, but the keeper makes an incredible stop. He didn't know anything about it.
It was going in. Alioski comes for Leeds down the left side, up towards the edge of the area. Bamford with the header. Just stands it up really, not to a teammate, and Romeo steps in, but Alioski knocks it off his toes. Romeo follows through then on Click. Nothing doing from the referee. Leeds have the ball anyway, right-hand side. Hernandez holds it up, goes past one. Murray Wallace, down towards the corner flag, still with the ball at his feet. Now he plays it in field for Ayling, lays it off for Hernandez. Hernandez though finds the Woods has stepped right across him there, and then the back pass is dangerous from Woods. And Bielkowski just there ahead of Patrick Bamford. Can Leeds come again as the ball is up in the air and just sailing from one side to another at the moment? Looping headers a go-go here, but Leeds do have it back now. Dallas out to Harrison near side. Harrison was brought down there by Hutchinson. This might be a yellow card as Harrison had skipped past the Millwall man. He just put a leg across him. No, it's nothing more than a free kick, but it is a chance for Leeds to get the ball right into that penalty area.
Well, Millwall just can't get out, simple as that. Leeds, it's been a great start to this second half. I have to say the response from the boys been tremendous. They got one goal back, they're pushing for a second, should have had a second, but the keeper Bielkowski pulled off an incredible save. However, now set piece, we've scored from one already. Let's see if lightning can strike twice. Why not?
Hernandez will take it for Leeds United. The Millwall wall comprises two players, and they are a yard inside their own penalty area. The ball is out towards the left of centre by some distance, so it's going to be an in-swinging cross, I think, from Pablo Hernandez here. That's the way everybody's lined up. One of the men breaks from the wall, Bradshaw. In it comes towards the far side of the penalty area. Head's got, and Bielkowski comes and catches and does well. The Polish goalkeeper there above a couple of Leeds players and got his hands on the ball, dropped to the ground with it firmly in his grasp, and then bounces it slowly up towards the edge of the penalty area. And the Leeds fans are somewhat annoyed as he takes a little bit extra time there. Header one at the back by Ayling. Now Click, edge of the centre circle. Hernandez has space. The game has really opened up in terms of the space that Leeds have found to play in. Harrison on the edge of the penalty box. Now Alioski in space in the penalty area. Can he drive the ball in? He can, and it just breaks in front of Bamford and stays in play and carries all the way over to the far side to Luke Ayling. Luke Ayling over on the touchline. Now Helder Costa has the ball and he plays it in towards the edge of the penalty area, and it's Harrison who swings it in towards the 6-yard box. It's cleared out as far as Hernandez. Half volley from Hernandez. He scored! Pablo Hernandez gets Leeds back level. What a comeback from the home team. Leeds United 2, Millwall 2.
Come on! Hernandez with the goal. He just strikes towards goal. It comes off a Millwall defender, but who cares? They couldn't clear their lines. The deflection just slightly takes it away from keeper Bielkowski, and Leeds get their reward. They've had chances tonight, but a difficult one was taken by Leeds. Back to 2-2. My goodness, nearly half hour to go still. What a game.
Woohoo! Here we go. Now then, what happens next? 62 minutes on the clock. Leeds United 2, Millwall 2. And the game is so open at this point, you wouldn't really predict which way it goes next. Although Leeds are obviously in the ascendancy, Leeds are obviously surely going to chase the win. And you can hear how the home fans have reacted. Huge noise around Elland Road as the players left the pitch just an hour or so, less than an hour ago at half time, much less than an hour ago, half an hour ago. It was a very different story. But now Leeds have produced a rattling good response in this second period, and they have the chance now, and they are back in the game, and they will seek, I'm sure, another goal. Ben White on the edge of the centre circle. Out to Luke Ayling. And Ayling brings the ball in field. It knocks it straight into the path of Cooper. and then Millwall work it away over the halfway line. That's a foul for the challenger Pablo Hernandez, who is going to be yellow carded for that one. Hernandez it wasn't a bad challenge, it was just a cynical challenge maybe, because he could see the potential for a Millwall counter-attack.
Yes, but he has tried to go for the ball. There's been, I think, worse challenges. I haven't received a yellow card, but Pablo gets a goal and a yellow card. But he's been instrumental in getting the side back up in this second half. And I've got to just mention very quickly, as I was coming back to a commentary position, I did hear someone had put a bet on 4-2 for Leeds at half-time, 2-0 down. Why did I say that? Why did I say that?
Will they ever learn? Click with a header away, off from the edge of the penalty area. Handball is the shout, nothing given. And the ball comes over this near side. Romeo's rolled away from Jack Harrison's challenge, and then Alioski's challenge, and he gets the cross in, and the volleyed shot from Bradshaw almost on the penalty spot really almost causes Leeds a problem there.
Well, he's lucky because actually he miskicked it and it just ricocheted off him.
But Leeds have given the ball away really badly. Romeo into the penalty area. Now Wallace, low cross into the box, and it's behind the one attacking player, and Leeds oh so lucky there. That's what I was kind of saying in terms of the pouring forward. You can't neglect the duties at the other end. Well, Leeds are attacking themselves now. Good ball to Costa. Costa into the penalty area. Races forward. Oh, Bamford was waiting and it was cleared away just as it was going to drop right in front of him for another tap in. And now suddenly there's a counter-attack for Millwall. The game's gone mad. It's Millwall moving the ball forward over on the far side, the left-hand touchline, midway inside Leeds territory. Leeds have got bodies back behind the ball now. Bodvarsson is hemmed in by two Leeds men. Hernandez takes the ball away from Bodvarsson. Really good tenacious play from the Leeds player there. Now runners beginning to make the movement forward. Dallas is one of them. Bamford's made a run. It's come into Dallas, down the channel. Dallas out towards the right-hand touchline, and Helder Costa brings the ball in field to Pablo Hernandez. Hernandez short ball, square to Click, and Click spots the run of Ayling, right-hand side of the penalty area, curls the ball in. Bamford! Oh my word! Patrick Bamford dives and heads and puts Leeds in front, and the incredible comeback has just got a little bit better. Leeds United 3, Millwall 2, and Leeds were 2-0 down.
Amazing! I can't believe what I'm watching, but I'm loving it. Ayling on the right hand side clips in a brilliant ball in between goalkeeper and defenders, and Bamford, where any good striker should be, in the danger area right in the middle of the goal, spots it right on his head. He could not miss that one, and he gets his goal. Wow, what a comeback this has been in the second half. The spirit of these lads can never be questioned. They've done it again so far. However, plenty of time to go.
Finish it now.
Time to go.
Finish it now.
I'm actually knackered. What about you? what a game we're having here. It's incredible. Right, deep breaths, everyone. We've got a rocky 20-odd minutes left.
No, just...
wow.
Nice and quiet. Let's just...
No, we don't do that, do we? We don't do that.
Not happening, is it?
Oh,
67 minutes gone. That's too early, isn't it?
Exactly.
Leeds United 3, Millwall 2. Leeds 2 down at the interval. You won't need reminding of that, though, will you? And they've come back. And now there's another job to be done. And it's the boring one. It's the not conceding job. It's the all-important keep it clean from now on job. Kiko Casilla at the back, with the ball to roll out to Liam Cooper just outside the penalty area. Cooper to Ben White. Oh, this is going to be torture, isn't it? And then Ben White back to Liam Cooper. Hey, and Cooper back to Ben White here. This is fine. Can you do this for 22 more minutes?
Well, they're going to have to come out, aren't they, Millwall now, after sitting back for so long.
But you don't give the ball away like that in that circumstance. Cooper steps in to intercept and plays the ball over the top, but it's too long for Patrick Bamford, who of course is on a hat-trick now. And I guess Bielkowski, he's raced to retrieve the ball.
Well,
now.
He's moving quicker now.
For the first time in a very long time, the Millwall keeper is in something of a hurry to get the game going again.
But now concentration is absolutely key. That's the thing.
Well, that's that.
Someone out there has to tell everyone, calm down, keep doing the right thing, win the tackles, win the headers, play, but watch out at the back as well.
Absolute emphasis on that now, as Cooper's the last man back and he heads the ball back into Kiko Casilla's hands. And when you look at the bench for Leeds United, there are attacking players there, but there is Casey and Struijk there, but I don't know whether you'd want to throw them into this position.
No, not at all. No, I think at the back we're absolutely fine. Need that experience out there to see them. It happened before with Struijk that came on, when we were conceding. A couple of goals later, disaster. So no, keep it as it is.
Dallas to Alioski. Alioski in field to Click. Click, he's found a bit of space. And still found even more space through the middle for Leeds. Goes wide towards Costa, left-hand side of the penalty area. Costa into the penalty area, and it's an important block from Murray Wallace on Helder Costa, who was shaping maybe for a shot there. Leeds get a throw-in over on the far side. And it's a chance to get the ball into the penalty area again. Click takes that chance, but the back heel is away from Costa. And Millwall, well, they can't break because Ben White's there to win the header for Leeds. Little flick off to Helder Costa, far side, over on the touchline, level with the edge of the penalty area. Gives it on to Ayling, who's on the overlap. Ayling tries to find that driven ball in again. It's been so productive for Leeds in this second half. Comes back out to Hernandez, and then Dallas working hard to get the ball out to Alioski on this left-hand side. Alioski with a little step over, brings the ball back in field to Hernandez under a bit of pressure from Bradshaw, so he goes back and goes to Cooper, and Cooper towards the far side of the centre circle, and Ben White then to Luke Ayling, and back it goes to White again, and now Hernandez, and now back to Luke Ayling, and this is fine, and back to Ben White, and Bradshaw puts pressure on. Leeds get the ball out of that little triangle area though, and now Click. Now there's space on this near side for both Dallas and then maybe for Alioski, who's on the run. Well, Alioski's left out, and Alioski surely was the option there as Harrison was tackled and Millwall carry the ball forward themselves. Good intervention from Click, had to be well timed though as Wallace was running across him there, and Click got it just right, knocked the ball into touch, and Millwall are about to make a double change here. They're bringing on Ferguson and they're bringing on Mahoney, and Gary Rowett, I think, obviously realising that the momentum, the onus in this game is completely different now. The game is going on anyway before those two changes are made. Leeds still not really showing signs at the moment as the ball is up with Cooper on the far side. Now Bodvarsson into the penalty area, and it's straight into the hands of Kiko Casilla.
Too easy.
So much space.
Well,
there.
that was ridiculous. Jake Cooper's come forward from centre half, and then you got Ben White trying to play offside. No one's going with the striker at all.
Well, Costa, can he keep? No, he won't keep. He's really quick, Helder Costa, and he got the chance to show just how quick there in a forlorn pursuit of that overhit pass from Luke Ayling. He didn't get to it though, and it went behind for a goal kick. So the two changes are made now. 15 and 11 coming on. Rather, 15 is coming off, 11 coming on. So that's Ferguson on. And the second change is Conor Mahoney coming on, and Bodvarsson comes on over from the far side touchline. And there have to be attacking changes for Millwall, I'm sure, at this stage, with this game having swung so dramatically away from them when they looked in such a strong position at half-time. 72 minutes gone. Matchday live on LUTB, brought to you by Deliveroo Food Freedom. Leeds United 3, Millwall 2. Millwall concede possession. Alioski, well, that's the last minute style up and under from Alioski there. We're nowhere near that last minute yet, but he gets a second chance with a header. Harrison gamely chases, and then a good challenge comes in from Ben White, and I think Leeds felt the final touch was off the Millwall player there. That's what Marcelo Bielsa down below seems to be suggesting to the ref's assistant, but nothing doing. Millwall throw, but really good play from Click to put Hutchinson under pressure. Not the best ball back towards the goalkeeper, who just about gets there ahead of Patrick Bamford. It's a long clearance forward from Bielkowski into the Leeds half. Cooper doesn't win the header. Can he win? Oh, he's pushed surely by Bradshaw there. Yes, he is. Now this is where Leeds don't need to take a quick free kick, surely, isn't it? Just let the play settle down.
You're right.
Slow down.
Absolutely. Start controlling the game, show some composure, but also you've got to keep attacking, I think, and try and get another goal. That's the way they play. I mean, the Bielsa side cannot just sit there and tap it round at the back as much as we'd like to see that. That's not how they do it. So why not push Millwall back, try and stop them in their tracks. So they're on the ropes, try and deliver the killer blow, but that's something we've really found to be very difficult, haven't we, in recent games?
Well, haven't been any goals for 3.5 games, so that one's changed completely. So, hey, listen, Leeds have scored from a corner kick. Everything has just changed, so no reason why Leeds can't go chasing another goal here. Kiko Casilla has the ball at the moment, so a long way away from doing it. He plays a forward ball to Ben White. Ben White needs a little bit of support, maybe in closer proximity, but Harrison does really well with a layoff for Alioski, and Alioski infield quickly to Bamford. Now look at the space for Helder Costa over on the far side, but Bamford brings it this side instead to Alioski. Alioski's just outside the penalty box. Now he's drifting infield, gives the ball to Click. Click has an option wide, but it's played out towards Hernandez on the edge of the penalty area. He just lifts it up towards the penalty spot, comes back for Hernandez, and then he's caught in two minds. And I think it was a slice ultimately, and the ball just spins off his right foot and goes high over the crossbar.
Well, it's worth a go, absolutely, but Pablo now is finding those little pockets just around the 18-yard box. Absolutely brilliant. He turns, spins, and that little clip ball initially didn't quite find Bamford, but this certainly is better. What a difference 15-minute team talk from Marcelo Bielsa is.
Well, 15 minutes is the key figure now, because that's how long we have left of normal time here. Matthias Click, the second half has absolutely flown by, but the last 15 minutes, I suspect, will travel by so slowly. Kiko Casilla, unless Leeds could get another goal, the cushion of another goal, the comfort of another goal. Ben White in space midway inside the Leeds half. Alioski's found more space. Now he can charge on. Now there is a break on here, maybe, if he can play the right ball. It doesn't come for Helder Costa on the right hand side. It didn't break off Wallace for Bamford either, but Leeds have another chance to go again, and it's Hernandez who plays the ball out wide to Costa. Much more in this game in this second half. Helder Costa comes back this time to Stuart Dallas, and Dallas holds the ball up and gives it to Click and gets the ball back off Click, and then Costa sets off on a good run right hand side. He's onside just outside the penalty area. Needs a bit of help though as things slow down. It comes back to Stuart Dallas, and then it comes into the edge of the area, and Hernandez, well, he tried to play a little layoff into the path of Dallas, but Dallas had stopped his run, and ultimately Bielkowski who steps in to pick up, and it's a quick ball forward from Bielkowski, which is straight to Cooper, and Cooper wastes no time then in delivering deep into the Millwall half. Hernandez, and then it's chipped over the top for Helder Costa to chase out towards the corner flag. He'll get there as well. He's taking on Cooper on the edge of the penalty area, still with the ball at his feet. Helder Costa drives! Oh, he's hit the crossbar! Great effort from Helder Costa, keeper beaten, and it's come off the bar and out to Alioski on this near side down by the corner flag. So close. Alioski right on the corner flag. He's penned in. He spins away from the marker, and then he's fouled, and that's great for Leeds. It's a free kick to Leeds United, almost mid-position between the edge of the penalty area and the byline. He gets a real round of applause from Liam Cooper for that there.
Actually, Bielkowski has pulled off a fantastic save here. Costa just clips it into the top corner.
Oh, yeah,
you can see a little touch onto the bar. It is brilliant. Costa's been alive, hasn't he, in the second half down that right-hand side. Caused all sorts of problems, but just a little touch. Save, Bielkowski there. Good save.
So Leeds have a free kick in a really promising position on this near side, just in from the touchline. Hernandez, the lone Leeds player, standing over the ball. Two-man Millwall wall is lined up literally on the edge of the penalty area for them. Again, it's got to be the in-swinger from Pablo Hernandez. Bodies in the box to aim at, and one or two left back on the halfway line. As the referee gives the signal to Hernandez now. In it goes. It should be easy for the keeper, and it is way too easy for the goalkeeper on this occasion, and Bielkowski runs out quickly to the edge of his penalty area, and then wonders about kicking the ball, and then changes his mind and rolls it out short to Hutchinson, to Woods, and Woods up towards the halfway line to Jed Wallace, back into his own half. Bamford almost got in between the two Millwall players there, but Cooper carries it on the left hand side for Millwall. Jake Cooper of Millwall, back it comes. A good work from Patrick Bamford, and he'll chase all the way back to Bielkowski, who has the ball at his feet at the moment, and Bielkowski is hurried into the clearance as a result of that. Leeds doing the hard work, and they've just got to stick at it now in the closing 12 minutes of normal time plus whatever's added. Jed Wallace outside the penalty area. Good challenge from Ben White, and then can Alioski get to the ball forward? He can. Leeds forced back a little into their own half. Dallas out towards the right hand touchline, and Helder Costa, and Helder Costa goes back to Stuart Dallas, and Dallas all the way back to Kiko Casilla, and then Kiko Casilla out towards this near side, and Liam Cooper, and Cooper, good ball to Alioski. Alioski can turn and maybe have a run here. No, he plays it short, gets it back off Hernandez, and it's opened up a little in front of Alioski, but he opts to go back into his own half to Ayling, and Ayling towards the halfway line, and Click. Rain coming down here at Elland Road now. Nobody's noticing that though, as Click goes down the channel. Short ball laid off from Costa back to Click over on the far side touchline. Back it comes to Costa again. He miscontrols, but he will win the ball back for Leeds, forced away from goal. Now Alioski on this left hand side. He has Hernandez in a lot of space just outside the penalty area, and he's giving it to him now. Harrison, and then Harrison tries to lay it back into the path of Hernandez, and just a little overplayed from Leeds there when there was a chance to cross the ball, but they have it back anyway on this left hand side. Harrison in possession into Alioski, lays it back into the path of Harrison. What's Harrison going to do here now? Hernandez in the penalty area, tries to find space with a curler, can't get enough curl on it though, and it drifts just wide.
It's some great football, it really is. They're moving it very quickly. The movement is superb, but also the speed. They knock the ball around, control it, and go again is impressive. Now, since Pearce has come off for Millwall, obviously Millwall have gone to a flat back four, so their formation has changed. So Leeds just need to adjust to that, but it's more to do with concentration, really. Got to make sure they keep that, certainly concentration at the back at very high levels.
Alioski gives the ball away just inside the Millwall half. Jed Wallet has it on the halfway line. Onto the head though of Ben White, and then it drops nicely for Harrison. Harrison can look forward now, and he has Pablo Hernandez out on his left hand side, and Bamford makes a run in the penalty areas, but Hernandez goes for the byline, cuts the ball back. Harrison won't quite get there, it just hit a Millwall defender, and that took the pace off the cross, and now Leeds have to defend, and they do that with Ben White intercepting really well, and Leeds come with Click now carrying the ball through the middle for Leeds United. Costa waits in space over on the right hand side. He may ultimately get it from Dallas, yes he does, over on that far touchline, midway inside Millwall's half. Gives the ball back to Stuart Dallas, and then back it goes to Helder Costa again, and Costa's under pressure. He's forced back towards the halfway line, and that's where he goes to Ayling, and Ayling steps inside one challenge and then comes back into his own half to Liam Cooper. And we're inside the final 10 minutes at Elland Road. The scoreboard reads Leeds United 3, Millwall 2. Incredible second half comeback. Hernandez spinning away from Woods, gets the ball out towards the left hand side, and Harrison with players in front of him. He'll have to do really well to get anything in for Leeds here. He's still got the ball at his feet though. He's done brilliantly well just to keep the possession for Leeds down by the corner flag. He's gone past one challenge, not the second one, and then Romeo goes down, and ultimately Jack Harrison, for all his efforts, gets absolutely nothing. Millwall get a free kick.
Might have been a free kick to Harrison at one point, but great play, great feet, strength. Just trying to keep the ball in, but really now Millwall, have they got anything left in them? They've been up against it in this second half. Leeds, you've got to say, we really have looked good with the ball. 3 goals, a few more minutes to hang on. Still, well, almost 10, still plenty.
The distinctive figure of Matt Smith appears down below us in the technical area for Millwall. Former Leeds man about to come on. 6'6" striker, as the ball is flicked over the top from Harrison to Bamford, who's got inside one challenge, needs a bit of help, gets it from Harrison. Harrison breaks into the penalty area, plays the ball to the penalty spot, and it's come for Click. Oh no! He's put it over the bar when he had to score, and he collapses to the turf with his head in his hands, because that should have been 4.
I can't believe it. I can hardly speak. My God! Just hit the target. And he had so much time and space. You know, sometimes you just have too much time. That is an instant. It's just the goalie that beat. The keeper's got absolutely no chance. Just hit it anywhere apart from at his chest. And that is number 4. He's distraught. I can see why teammates have gone to him to try and lift him up and get him back. But that is a fantastic opportunity. Oh, wow.
Well, it was all on there. Leeds had done all the right work until the very final moment. Matt Smith wins his first touch, having come on for Millwall. The ball carries all the way back to Kiko Casilla, who plays it out wide. Bradshaw's the man who's gone off, so it's a straight swap up front. Striker for a striker. Leeds give possession away on the halfway line. Win it back on the halfway line though. Now Click, keen to atone I'm sure, carries the ball down the right hand channel for Leeds. Costa, Ayling and Dallas all potential supporters. Costa gets the ball now. It's over on the far side with Pablo Hernandez, who's been prodigious in his workload in this second period for Leeds, popping up everywhere. Leeds trying to win a throw-in. Click doesn't manage to do that, but it is now cleared into touch over on the far side touch line. And we are inside the final 7 minutes here at Elland Road now.
And still Click is looking around. I'm sure he still can't quite believe it. He's actually had a fine game, Click, as well. And really well, got forward at the right times. I think Costa as well on that right-hand side. Plenty of good performances.
Good ball in from Dallas. Bamford header. Can't get it on target, but it should stay in play as Harrison's run all the way out towards the corner flag near side to retrieve the ball for Leeds. Now he carries it towards the byline. Plays a short pass in. It's easily cleared from the edge of the 6-yard box. But Ben White's there with a header for Leeds, keeping the pressure on. Alioski for Leeds now. And Harrison is wide of him. Harrison gets the ball from Alioski. And then he plays the ball in towards the penalty spot. Bamford's there, he controls, knocks into the path of Hernandez, who tries another drive, not the deflection into the goal this time. The Leeds have to defend. Last man back was Luke Ayling. Last man back. And he does a great job just now then. Leeds again. Harrison, oh, that's a great ball. Late challenge from Romeo. That will be a Leeds free kick over on the near side.
Great feat.
In the first half they might have complained that they didn't get advantage there, but at this stage I think everyone's okay with that.
No, but it's a brilliant feat from Harrison as well. Romeo was coming right at him, but 1-2, see you later. And Romeo, I thought in the first half, looked quick and strong. Now he's been pegged back. They're running right around him.
Leeds come again. Hernandez out towards Harrison, left-hand side. Will Leeds win a corner kick? Yes, indeed they will. So Leeds United will be in no massive hurry to take this, I'm sure. Pablo Hernandez is... I don't know what he's doing. I think he's
put some divots back.
Replacing a divot.
Yeah, exactly.
To do
Very
that.
important to make sure that all divots are replaced.
There's probably a few more that could need to be done as well. But in the meantime, there's a corner kick as well to deliver into the penalty area. Pablo Hernandez is the man standing over the ball for Leeds United, the man who gives the signal now. It goes in low towards a near post. It's flicked all the way across the penalty area. And if there was anyone waiting there in a white shirt, there was such a great chance. There wasn't. But Leeds have it back in the centre circle with Stuart Dallas. Dallas looks up and goes short then to Ayling over on the right hand touchline. Down the line, Dallas had continued his run. It spins back into the Leeds half. Cooper's behind it, and Cooper looks back towards Kiko Casilla, and Casilla gets the ball from Cooper now, and Alioski waits over on this near side, and then Alioski works the ball to Hernandez, and Hernandez brings it infield midway inside Leeds half, and then an inviting ball for Click, and Click's on the end of it. First touch just that little bit heavy. It was on for Click there, right through the middle as the ball is cleared a long way forward, but Ayling's there for Leeds, chests it down. Now Dallas over on the far side touchline. Helder Costa just keeps the ball in play, and then having done that, Wallace steps across him and it goes out, and it's a Leeds United throw in, and every second glances towards the clock now. Throw in is almost erroneously taken initially. It spins out the hands of Stuart Dallas. Attendance of 34,006 here this evening. Everybody, there's nobody leaving. Why would you? Helder Costa for Leeds United knocks the ball back to Click, and now the ball into a position that no Leeds player occupies, and Millwall will try and break. Alioski's in there for Leeds, and Cooper does a good job, and Bamford helps out, and now Alioski out towards this near side. Good control play from Leeds. Harrison will run at the penalty area maybe here. Jack Harrison, there's two players on him, but he's got in between them, and Hernandez and he have done brilliantly, and Hernandez lets it run for Alioski's try. Just over the bar. That was brilliant football from Leeds United.
It's a wonderful interplay between Harrison and Hernandez, and eventually when it comes back to Alioski, you could see what he was trying to do, put it into that far corner. Great dummy from Hernandez, and just a little bit too high. Jakowski couldn't quite get there.
But he's happy to see the ball sail over the crossbar, and he takes the goal kick now, and it's cleared up towards the edge of the Leeds penalty area, and there's a bit of hesitation, and Cooper has got into a mess, and White's having to help him out, and the ball's in the penalty area, and it's up towards the edge of the box, and there's a chance for Millwall to shoot maybe. Leeds getting bodies in the way. It comes out to Wallace on this near side, in towards the near post, a header in, comes back out to Woods, now over on this right hand side. Mahoney for Millwall into the penalty box. Smith, surely a push from the attacker there, and then the shot from Wallace goes over the top. What were Leeds doing defensively there?
Someone get hold of it and take command. My goodness, it was the keeper, the two centre halves. As the ball has come in, here we see just the end of the attack, but earlier on, my goodness, we did our best to give the ball back to Millwall. Yet somehow we get away with it. This is not good, mate. My heart won't take this. I'm sorry, all you Leeds fans out there. Now I understand what you've been going through all these years. This is killing me. Wow.
Never easy, is it? 88 minutes gone. Leeds United 3, Millwall 2. Players not resumed because the ball had sailed off into the midst of the fans in the south stand. They weren't up for giving it back, so another one had to be found. Nobody seemed to be in too much of a hurry to perform that role. And so we'll have 4 minutes added time, I'm told, I'm not looking forward to it. Surely that's a foul on Bamford on the halfway line. Ref says no, and Alioski tries to get in for Leeds, and then the ball is overhit from Wallace to Mahoney, and so Leeds have a throw in on this near side, and it's a slow walk from the Leeds players now to get the ball and retrieve it as we head ever closer to the 90th minute. There's a long chat between Liam Cooper and the assistant, then Alioski and the assistant. This ball, yes please. From this position, yes please. Harrison does well under pressure, gets the ball back from Click, still leads in their own half. Now they're in the Millwall half. Bamford, great control from Patrick Bamford. What a run! Oh, Click had made the run, and Bamford just couldn't work the ball around the defender into his path. But Leeds do end up with a throw in midway inside the Millwall half, and Alioski, it's a less than speedy jog down the touchline to pick the ball up. And we are inside the last minute of regulation time here. Alioski, lovely gesture, gives the ball girl who gives the ball back to him a little kiss on the head there. And Alioski plays the ball down the line now to Click. Click holds off two challenges. Alioski into a bit more space than Hernandez now. Ben White is in a forward position for Leeds. And Ben White is in an even more advanced position for Leeds now. And in fact, he's ahead of some of the midfield players. And he's still up there. And Leeds have possession over on this near side, and they win a throw-in. Good play for Leeds. Playing in a little box there between the four of them, working it from corner to corner. And we're about to move into added time as the ball comes off the back of Harrison there. As the board goes up now, 4 minutes confirmed in added time here.
And no substitutions so far from Marcelo Bielsa. I'm not sure there's been a game where that has happened before.
Absolutely.
Someone will tell me if not.
Absolutely. As Romeo takes the Millwall throw down the touchline, Smith wins a header on. Hernandez is there for Leeds. Good control from Bamford. It's spun away from Bamford, and then it's picked up by Hutchinson, and Hutchinson crosses the halfway line for Millwall, and Hutchinson still going, plays the ball into the channel. Leeds have bodies, plenty of bodies in the way, but it's cleared up towards the halfway line. Romeo controls with the upper chest rather than the hand that the Leeds fans suggesting, and Harrison with a really good intervention knocks the ball into touch on this near side for a Millwall throw-in, but it is midway inside the Leeds half, and Leeds have everybody bar Bamford back behind the ball. Romeo with a longer throw into the edge of the penalty area, heads up there from Smith, comes out from Wallace, and then it's flicked on back to Wallace again, 15 yards outside the penalty area. He plays it out towards Mahoney on this near side. Mahoney looking for the space for the cross. He gets the cross in. It's really deep. It should be too deep. No, it's gone all the way across the far side of the penalty area, and it's lofted up towards the penalty spot, and the heads go up in there. It's got to be cleared, and it is cleared. And Stuart Dallas is the last man back, and then Bamford can't get to the header and the clearance on the halfway line, and Woods has it back for Millwall, and they play the ball a little further forward, then back into their own half. Leeds need to get out. Harrison has left Romeo on this right hand side, and Romeo is beginning to move up towards the Leeds penalty area, cross into the penalty box, and it's going to go behind for a corner kick. It comes off Cooper, who got his clearance all wrong there, and Leeds United have to defend a little more in the closing stages of this game.
We are not making this easy for ourselves at all. Coops just with a simple clearance, unfortunately gets it all wrong. The earlier attack from Millwall as well. Casilla went so far out of his goal, he had to scamper back. Just somehow see this out. Now we need some composure, some leaders out there just to calm everything down. You can see Luke Ayling just trying to organise people. That's what's required.
So we have 2 added minutes to play here. Shackleton ready to come on for Leeds after the corner kick from Mahoney, and Garcia's there, and you'll hear from the roar, almost like a goal greets Kiko Garcia catching that cross. Shackleton still getting instructions. We told from downstairs that it will be Pablo Hernandez who will be replaced, and when he goes off we'll get a huge ovation, because he's been a massive part of this second half comeback for Leeds. There's still a little job to do here though. Leeds have the ball far side, working into the Millwall half, and they still have possession, and now Dallas carries the ball, keeps going, but the ball is misplaced, and it's given straight to Bielkowski when there were options for Dallas there, short ball to right and left, but Bamford's done a good job of holding up the Millwall keeper. This is incredible. Keeper just wouldn't play the ball beyond Patrick Bamford, and he held on to it for seconds there. And he has the ball back again. This time he clears off the ground with Harrison bearing down on him. The ball's up in the air on the halfway line. Push on Alioski maybe. No, it's nothing given, and Millwall have it on this near side touch, and Alioski, good foot in. Now Ben White, but that's a handball, and that's really good news. because Leeds have a free kick midway inside their own half. And we have 45 seconds of time remaining.
You've just missed a great bit. Hernandez has tried to run to the far side of the pitch, and the referees ran with him, caught him and told him, no, you're going off.
Well, yeah, we saw it the other week in the QPR game when Naki Wells made his own rules in terms of where you leave the pitch.
Yeah.
Pablo Hernandez, though, comes off as anticipated. Huge roar of applause for Pablo Hernandez. What a job he's done in this second half.
Absolutely superb.
And Shackleton, good to see him back in the action. Jamie Shackleton. I can tell you we are now 15 seconds away from moving into added time of added time. So close now. Marching on together. Lifts from the voices of the Leeds fans around the stadium. The free kick forward for Leeds goes over the head of Patrick Bamford. Now you'll hear the whistles as we hit the 4-minute added time. Oh, Bamford, great interception on the keeper. Gets his foot to it as Bielkowski tries to play it around him. And then the referee's going to penalise him. And he's yellow carded Patrick Bamford for putting his foot in the way of the goalkeeper.
Ungentlemanly conduct, unfortunately. That is the modern game.
Free kick taken by Bielkowski over the halfway line. Smith wins the header on for Millwall. It goes up towards the edge of the Leeds penalty area. Heads up on the far side. Ayling's chasing it out towards the corner flag. Can he keep the ball from the Millwall player? Yes, he can. Great job done by Luke Ayling. That should be enough for Leeds United now. As the ball goes behind the far touchline, the roar goes up from the Leeds United fans. So close to what would be a huge result here. 2-0 down at the interval, and Leeds have powered back in this second half to be within a whisker now of a huge return, a huge 3-point return. Much bigger than the scoreline would suggest in terms of the commitment and the character that Leeds have displayed in coming back into this game. When they looked out of it at the interval, the noise levels rise even louder around Elland Road, and surely when Kiko Casilla takes this goal kick, surely as the referee takes a check on the watch now, Kiko Casilla puts his foot under it. They've done it! Yes. Leeds United have recorded a huge win here against Millwall. 2 down at half time, but a quite fantastic second half comeback full of courage, character and commitment. So Leeds get 3 goals and claim a big championship victory. Leeds United 3, Millwall 2.
Oh, quite simply, Leeds battered Millwall in that second half, but what about the resolve they had to show? Because that first half did not go their way. They're under so much pressure, dropping points left, right and centre, yet somehow they produced that style of football in the second half, which was scintillating. We scored 3. We could have had 5 or 6 if it wasn't for the keeper. Some great performances out there. Well, they have a lot to be proud of. They really do. But I tell you what, my ticker ain't going to take much more of this. But I love it. Well done, boys.
Well done, everybody. Okay, and relax and breathe out. Leeds United are staying out on the pitch. Many thousands of supporters are staying in the ground because you get the sense that it was so down at half-time, and now the reaction, the mood is in total contrast, and this is a position for Leeds to move on from.
You're exactly right, and it feels more than just 3 points, doesn't it? It really does. Some wins are crucial, some wins are big and huge in the context of the season. Well, this feels like exactly that. If this goes the wrong way at half-time, 2-0 down, you're really worried about what would happen then. However, to come back from the jaws of defeat and produce that style of football, the fans are everywhere, the players are going up to the fans and getting the congratulations, and rightly so, because both fans and players played a part in what was a magnificent game of football.
Enjoyed that.
So did I.
Let's do it all again on Saturday. Full-time scoreline, it's finished. Leeds United 3, Millwall 2.